Alright, so what happened is, I took a whole handful of psychedelic, uh, Hawaiian woodrush seeds when I was 16, and, yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. I was probably, I didn't check the doses. I think I did, but, I didn't really like, I always wanted to do the most because I'm a very extreme person, but anyway, so I took a whole handful of them. I bought them on Amazon, and it was in a different country, so for some reason they're illegal there. I don't know why. Um, anyway, so I took them, and after probably 30 minutes, it started to kick in. And I was on a walk while I did that. I took the whole day off to just focus on my experience, and so after 30 minutes of walking, I was like, it was probably 2 p.m. Um, I was probably, I was like, oh, something is happening. I felt nauseous, and um, yeah. Anyway, so then I walked home, and I don't, for some reason, nobody was home. I don't know why. Uh, I can't remember why. Anyway, so what happened is I started getting super like into intellectual, and I was like, why do we live here? What is the meaning of life? Which is pretty stereotypical for psychedelics. And then I started filming myself, which I never do. Um, it's gonna get more interesting though. And probably after 1 hour, I sat on the edge of my bed and I looked at my hands, and they were melting. Um, and I only remember parts because this is a few years ago, but and then I lay on my bed and half of my head is gone. I touch my head and half of it is gone. And I was melting away, and then like I have these little phases that I remember, but I don't remember a lot. So basically, what happened to me is that I experienced ego death. And I didn't know you could fight it. I knew nothing. I just let it happen, which is probably better. But and then I was completely gone. I was gone for time didn't exist. I was probably gone for a million years. All I remember is that everything was black. Not really. And I heard like this a sound. It was deeper, but anyway, so and then I remember coming back at probably 2 a.m. or something, and I I was like I was full with colors. I and everything was colorful, and I was like a skeleton. Um, and I walked to the restroom, the bathroom, I mean, and I started peeing, and I peed for 2 hours, and then after 2 hours, I was like, okay, this is. I don't know if I'm just holding my dick here, so let's just go back. um, so I walk back to my room, and I lay on my bed, and I see all of these stars just moving around on the ceiling of my room, and that was very beautiful. Um, and then I think I fell asleep or came back, and then I texted my friend, "Is everything real here? Is this reality? Is this reality?" And it was like 10 minutes to me, but he told me later that it was 2 hours texting, and I just held onto my phone because I had some PTSD going on or something. Um, yeah, I was just holding my phone, and I because my phone gave me like a sense of security that this is familiar. So I was constantly on my phone texting my friend, and I texted him, "Please tell me this is real. Please tell me this is real. Please text me it 20 times." So anyway, so he texted me that, and then I fell asleep. And after all of this happened, I can't remember much. I was in a different dimension. I I turned. I'm not vegan anymore, but I was completely different. The next day, I had a very bad headache, and I just focused on stuff because I was like, I don't know what just happened, but I have a very bad headache, and I'm just gonna focus on things and not think about anything. So I ate, like, my mom brought food from a Turkish place, and I just I just ate the food she gave me, and I remember, like, what is this? Like, I knew what it was, but everything was new. Um, and I turned into, like, Jesus. Like, I didn't turn into Jesus. I'm not Jesus, but I I can see now how they think, how Jesus thought and stuff. There are rumors, not rumors, but theories that they're talking that Jesus is a mushroom, which is pretty interesting. But anyway, so what happened to me is that I um I turned vegan. I didn't wanna. I'm not saying Jesus is vegan, but I had so much more empathy for people and for animals and for everything, and I didn't want. I wanted to get rid of everything unnecessary. I didn't want any material things anymore. Um, yeah, it was very interesting. Lost a lot of weight, and I was addicted to food. And it's known that psychedelics, especially if you have a very large dose, they break your patterns. That's why heroin junkies they stop taking heroin after taking a lot of psychedelics, because psychedelics they break addiction. So I lost a lot of weight, and I was so empathetic with everything. I remember my classmate saying that I don't know what we were talking about. He was he was very militant, um, and conservative, and he was Russian. I have a lot of good friends who are Russian, but he was very weird. Not because he was Russian, but he was very right. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being conservative or anything, but he was like the Hitler kind. Anyway, I heard that Hitler was left, which is interesting, but that's not the point of the video. But um, anyway, he was talking about how it was good, I think, in ancient Egypt, where they built a pyramid, even though so many people had to die and be enslaved for pyramids to be built. And he said that that's good because I don't know what he said. He like I don't know. Anyway, and I was like, but why would you do that if you could just live in peace and everyone is happy and stuff like that? I remember being so empathetic about it. Um, I like it like hurt me when he said the words that he said. Usually I disagree with people, but they don't hurt me. The people who were killed and enslaved, I didn't know them, right? So obviously it's a bad thing. But I don't feel emotionally like even if you've never met I've never met any of the ancient Egyptian slaves. I felt so much empathy for them. I was like, wow. Anyway, yeah, that was very interesting. Yeah, psychedelics will change you, but it comes with a cost. I was traumatized for months, probably for years, and I questioned reality all the time. And I still have anxiety probably from it, but yeah. So this is my experience, and do you have anything else to say?